What's going on, y'all? I know it's been a while that I'm back, but I've been going through physical therapy process for my right arm, and still trying to get the strength up in my arm. So still going through that process, but I know it's been a while since y'all seen me, and I ain't forgot about y'all. But I just been going through some things with this physical therapy and trying to get my strength back and things like that, post-surgery and stuff. So with that being said, welcome to DDG, the Diecast Dynasty Garage. As usual, you know, I just had a roadblock in front of me. Like I said, I'm still on the road to recovery, but nonetheless, you know, I've been kind of in the lab doing some things, trying to prepare something, some content for y'all. And these were one of my biggest projects that I've been working on. And I really wanted to show you guys what I have here, because this one was worth the wait. And I think you guys are going to really enjoy what I present today. So with that being said, let me flip the camera to the garage. Alright, and today I'm going to show y'all a plethora of Dodge. As you can see in the title, this is from Dodge, and I snagged up a few Dodges from a guy on Facebook. He had a sale where he was selling 3 Challenger Hellcats, and they were all different colors, but it if you look closely at the photos, you can see that he was trying to design them himself, and you know, he gave it a shot. You know, some people try their hand, and you know, they try to give it their best, but you know, when you look at these photos and you can see that with each one, some of them he didn't do anything to. You see some where he might have maybe just did some interior work, but nonetheless, I guess he got tired of them, so he put them up for sale. And that was my opportunity to snag them, because I had something even better in mind with them. So I didn't mind the custom, you know, that, you know, the customizing that he put forth, you know, on a couple of them. And so it wasn't a bother to me, because I was going to come back and redo them anyway. But the way I do my customizing is, you know, I go beyond, and I do mine based on what I can find. You know, I usually may find something online that may be an inspiration to me, and I usually would challenge myself to see what I can find. So I went online and I found 3 designs. Yeah, I found 3 designs, and those were the ones that I wanted to go with for my Hellcats that I bought from the guy on Facebook. And believe me, this really took some time to do. So I'm going to show you guys the originals in case you don't see them in the Facebook, on the Facebook photos. I'm going to show you the originals, what they did look like, and I'm going to show you what his looked like, and then I'm going to show you the photos of the ones I found online that I wanted to challenge myself and see if I could do those on my own, and then I'm going to show you the finished product. So with that being said, we're going to go with the we're going to look at the yellow one first, because the yellow one was the one that I did in the very first video. If you go back to the very first video when my debut of the garage was shown, I have a camouflaged Challenger, and that was inspired by some Challengers I found online where the real ones were actually camouflaged, and I know people were actually doing a camo. So now I'm going to show you the original Challenger that I bought brand new online and how it looked before the process went down. So I'm going to show you this photo right here. Now this is the way the car looked when I first purchased it online. And it was a yellow, just yellow, plain yellow. It didn't really have nothing to it. But afterwards, I wanted to have that idea of doing something to it. So I did do a camo of this. And it went from what you see right now to this here. So I think the last time y'all seen this, I did not have those letters on the tires, nor did I have the yellow strips on the spoiler down at the bottom, the kit down on the bottom here, nor did I have the stripes right there on the seats. I did not have those at first. Those were not there. These were added later, and so it made it actually look a lot better. To me, it matches with the get up of the car in itself. So I wanted to add a little more to it, make it look more sportier with the camo, and that's when I came up with the. Also, in the last one, if you look at the wheels were yellow. Now remember, the wheels were yellow on that. I changed them back to black and gave it a yellow outline. See, now I did it different. Now I gave it a yellow outline, and I think it looks 100% better. You know, some of these things you kind of think of while you looking at it, while you paying attention to it, and it don't dawn on you until you actually see something somewhere, and then you say to yourself, well, you know what, let me just go ahead and add this. You know, because it's like you do something for the first time and you think it looks good, but then you turn around and after you look at it for a while, it doesn't look so great. So then you want to make like some changes to it. So I think that was my initial processing when I looked at this the first time, and I wanted to, you know, kind of give it a little bit of an upgrade, kind of edit some things and change some things. I thought this one looked 100% better than the way it looked the first time. And I really like how the tires and things came out on this one. I used a paint marker that you can buy at you can buy at Walmart, or you can buy it at Michael's. It's like a white paint marker that you can douse down. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. I know it's in my bag with my paint brushes. But it's a good thing to have. So like if you decide that you want to do like a painting scheme on your wheels, as far as like if you wanted to write Goodyear on them, this would be the pen to get right here. This is a Sharpie painting pen. It is oil based, and if you look at the tip, it is a felt tip, so it's a very small tip on it, and when you push down on it, it actually pulls up the paint out of this canister that it's attached to. So you can do like very small writing with this pen, and trust me, this comes in handy. This is a very good pen to use if you want to do like little outlines and write Goodyear on it, or maybe if you want to do like a white wall type feature on it. This would be perfect to use, and trust me, this works because you can see how it looks on my car. So that would be a great thing. This would be a great thing to have in a Sharpie paint marker. So that is for that Challenger there. And like I said, y'all seen this Challenger before, because like I said, this one was presented on the first video that I did in my debut entrance of Diecast Dynasty Garage. So let's go to the next car. Now, amongst the three Challengers that the guy had, let's go with the gray one. So we're gonna go with the gray one. Now, I'm gonna show you an original picture of what it looked like, just in case you can't really see the Charger in the picture, because these pictures were posted on Mercari. These pictures were posted on Mercari when he was listing them for sale, and he has them together, and at the same time, I scoped them out, and like I said, I wanted them because I had other things in mind for them. So this gray one here, I'm gonna show you the picture of the gray one here. Now this is a picture of the gray one if you buy it brand new. This is what it's gonna look like. It doesn't show anything special. It doesn't have anything special to it. Just a plain old gray Challenger Hellcat. And as you can see, now I'm gonna pull up the picture that he has of that same gray one that he had listed on Mercari, as you can see here. Now, if you see that gray one, he did not make any special details to this particular one out of the three. As I was telling y'all, he only managed to do some detailing to only 2 out of the 3 Challengers. So I found myself wanting to find a color scheme or some type of graphic design that I wanted to put on the gray one. So I looked online and I found this. Now, I guess a lot of people are going to say, well, this is a Charger. Yes, it is a Charger. But because it's a Charger does not mean you can't put that same design on a Challenger. So, because the Charger is a 4-door, of course, and the Challenger is a 2-door. But it can still be done. But in any case, here's the picture here. This is what I had in mind for the gray one. So, as you can clearly see, it has a gray, white, and black paint scheme going on the car, which I thought was pretty nice. I thought that was a really nice paint scheme on that Charger. So I wanted to implement that same paint scheme on the gray Challenger that I acquired. And it went from what you see here on the screen to this. This is what the gray one looks like now. Okay? As you can see, it has the gray, white, and black color scheme going on. The top is black. And as you look in the back there, let's go and take it around to the other side. As you can see, it has that same scheme on the other side. And we turn it to the front, and then you look at it. I did put yellow here on the skirt, right here on the front. I noticed a lot of Challengers usually come with those. And here we go again. I took my trusty Sharpie marker, just my marker, but my paint marker, my trusty Sharpie paint marker. And as you can see, I've put letters on my tires. And you can see how much better it looks. You can see it. Just how much better that looks. I think in the process of doing these, I got a little bored because they were just too plain for me. And I know these Challengers come in different forms, you know, SRT, Hellcat, Demon, you know, things like that. And then you got the ones that's being presented for last call. But how many do you really have for this? Like, different little paint schemes and things going on and stuff like that. I just wanted to do something different with my Challengers because I had so many and I acquired a few more. Now the camo I already had. That one was already here. This gray one here plus the other two I'm going to show you are the three that I just acquired not too long ago. But this was just another design that I wanted to implement to my Challenger. And I think it looks so cool the way it looks with the gray. I think it blends in so well. I just think that the way it looks on this car, you just can't deny how great that looks. And for me, I just have to say that this really came out well. I cannot complain about how it looks. I just love the way this came out. I love it. So there's your gray one. Now, let's move on to another one. Now, let's check out the red one. And as you can see in the picture here, here's the red one. We were paying attention to the red one now. That was in the second one I had acquired from him. But also, let's take a look at the picture of the red one that you actually buy brand new. This is what it looks like here. Okay. So now with the red one, the only thing that he managed to do was to paint the seats on the inside, which I thought were pretty cool. I had to dismantle the whole car and make some touch-ups and things like that, because I did like the fact that he made them red, which made the job even more easier for me because the seats were going to be red anyway. So it was pretty much like he gave me a head start, and which was good because I didn't have to spend a lot of time on the interior, which was a great thing. Now with this red one, I had found something online, and probably a few of you may have seen it, and I'm not sure what video game it comes from, but this is the image that I found online. And when I saw this paint scheme, I fell in love with it immediately. You understand me? Immediately. Because I love the way everything falls into place on this one. It was beautiful. I mean, just the lines, I mean, the designs and everything just flow perfectly with me. And I can't think of a better design right now than this one. So this is the one I went with initially. And I challenged myself with this one. So here you see the design of that one. And now I'm going to show you how it looks on mine. There it is. Now, the difference between the one I created and the one they did is I did not put the numbers on there. That was the only thing I did not want, was the numbers. So I excluded the numbers all the way, period. I didn't want to do the numbers. But as you can see, man, this thing came out spectacular. Like, you cannot deny this thing came out really, really good. Okay. And it just had that white on the back side there. And here it is from the other side. Now, as you can see, I got the Dodge written right there. Now, this came in handy because that was a decal that came off of a plastic model kit. I was working on a Dodge, it was a convertible. It was an old school convertible. And they had a lot of decals for whether you wanted to put the Super B or the RT, or if you want to just put Dodge. I wish they would have had the Hellcat logo, but you know, I don't think the Hellcat really existed then. But they had mostly Dodge items on there. They had the Super B with the stripes, which you will actually see on one of the other upcoming Dodge vehicles that I'm going to show you in a little bit. But when you look at this one, man, you can't admit, can't do nothing but admit this thing came out wonderful. Like, this thing came out really good. I think out of all of these, this one is probably by far my favorite. Just because of the color scheme. I love the color scheme on this thing. And I think this one right here by far is my favorite one. Here we go. You turn it to the side. What do we see once again? Now this one has the red outline on the wheels. But what else do we see? Here we go. My trusty Sharpie paint marker. Once again, putting those white wall letters on the tires. As I once stated, that Sharpie marker is definitely something you should acquire. Especially if you want your... especially if you're in the market for doing a lot of details, or if you're into doing like some of the things that I'm doing, like with my cars. I'm just broadening your spectrum to give you a little bit of an idea as to what you can do. But this right here by far I think was one of my best projects, and I like the way this Challenger came out. So let's put that one over there. Okay, we have two more left, but one is still a Challenger, and that's the one we're about to look at in a minute. But this is the final Challenger in the trio that I bought from the guy on Facebook. Now, as you can see in his picture, the car is black, but this car was not always black. He actually made it black. You know, I caught some things that showed me that, okay, this car originally was not black. You know, this car was actually purple. Because I looked on the side where the Hellcat logo is, and he has actually a square that he made outside of the Hellcat logo so that he doesn't paint over it. So the car was originally purple. So this is what the car originally looked like when it was purple. Before he did his customization process, this is what it looked like. This is the model that it began as. This is what it was in the beginning. I don't know if he purchased it brand new or not, but I do know that this is what it looked like in the beginning. But I'm thinking to myself that he may have had it when it was purple, because in his description he said he did details. You know, he tried to detail these cars, but it was unsuccessful, and he just wanted people to know that before he sold it. So that tells me he actually did have it when it was purple. But nonetheless, it was unsuccessful for him, and I guess he's gonna, you know, I don't know if he's gonna continue to do that to any other models he have in the future, but it gave me an opportunity to give the models a makeover myself, because I've been kind of doing this for a while, and I have gotten the idea of how to do this. So I'm going to show you now a picture of a 164 164. This is very small. 164 scale Challenger Hellcat that had a warplane theme on it. This is the one I found, and I thought it looked cool. It had that warplane theme on it with the teeth on the side and everything like that. And I thought right here, this one is the one that I want to go with. So I said to myself, they got it on a 164, but let's see if we can up the ante and try to put it on a 124. So that's exactly what I did. And it went from what you see on the screen now, and I put it on a 124. Here it is. There it is. There it is. As you can see, I put the same features and everything on it. I like the teeth. I love the way the teeth came out in the eyes. You can see like the little star right there on the side. And it did have those yellow and black features on the back. Now, in case you want to know what it says on the trunk, it says Hellcat 392. Basically, you know that means Hellcat 392. I don't have to explain it to you guys, as you already know what it is. But this is what I turned it into. And not only that, I gave the inside a theme that's back there in the behind the seats. Now the seats in the back are blue with a, I don't know if you can see it, with a, oh, you can't really see it from there. Okay, all right, right there. As you can look right there in the back window, you can see the seats are blue with a white and red theme. And then up front, the seats are red with a white and blue theme. And then when you look at the dashboard, it's blue on that side. Let's open this side. Panels red. As you can see on that side of the dashboard, it has blue, and it also has a red and white strip going right there up the side on the very tail end of the dashboard. And as you can see, also ran that down in the let me see if I can get y'all close. And if you look at the console, if you can see the console, I'm trying to get you guys in there so you can see the console. It's really hard to show you guys the console. Can't really see it all that great, but running along the console is blue, and it has like a white and red theme going down the middle of it. And then it caps off with this red front here. So the front fascia is red. And then the skirt I made red, as well as the skirt on that one over there. I didn't show you guys, the skirt is red on that one too. So I got two with yellow skirts, and I got two with red on the tips. But this is what I've done. And do I have to keep repeating myself? Here we go. Here we go. There you are. Those tires What do we got? We got that light, that white writing on them from my trusty marker. Okay? From my trusty marker. So as you can see, I have put quite a bit of work into all of these challengers. I love all 4 of them. You're not going to find these challengers nowhere else. So, well, not these particular ones anyway. And but I wanted to show y'all, you know, what I could do with them. And now they look so much better that they can represent themselves in a way that they couldn't represent themselves before. Now, let's move on to a different Dodge. Now, this one is not a Challenger at all. This one is a Magnum. Now, as you guys know, as well as I know, they don't do Magnums anymore. They didn't do Magnums for quite too long. They were a hot commodity when they first arrived on the scene, but they don't do them anymore. So, you know, it's unfortunate. So I think they could have did a lot more with that. I believe they could have did maybe a Hellcat version of a Magnum. You know, I think that would have been cool. They would have did a Hellcat version of a Magnum. But it didn't make it to that stage. So we just have to sit and imagine what could have. But anyway, I did purchase a Magnum online a long time ago, and I never shown this Magnum, but I'm gonna show you guys the pictures. These are the pictures of the Magnum when I found it online. This is what it looked like. As you can see, it's in terrible shape. I felt like this was my opportunity to bring it back to life, and that's what I did. When I saw that this thing was asking for help, looking for help, just by the way it looked, just by the condition that it was in. I mean, that car was literally asking me for help. Like, it was asking me to help him. And that's what I did, because I think a Magnum is a cool car, and I wanted to have a Magnum added to my collection. But as you can see, these are the pictures of what it looked like when I purchased it. It was in bad shape. And then in this picture here, this is where you see where I've already have taken the paint stripper, stripped it down to the bare metal, let it soak in water for a few days, just so that any remnants of the leftover paint that was coming off would come off after, you know, being in the water for so long. And it was a success. So I took that that Magnum, I'm sorry, I'm thinking so much about the Charger, and I'm thinking about that so much that what the life that it's been through, that it had to be changed up. So once I took it through the metamorphosis stage, I love the results in which this Magnum turned out to be. You guys ready to see what the Magnum looked like now? You see the pictures of the Magnum then, and this is what the Magnum looked like now. Yep, that is the Magnum, ladies and gentlemen. She is looking fine. She is fine. She has that blue paint. I decided I wanted to put the Demon logo on the side, so that's what I did. But I only did it on one side, which is this side that you're looking at right now. I also added I forgot what they call this thing. You can put, like, you know, items in there like clothes or, you know, little things like that, that you can carry inside of it. So I added one of those to it. And as you can see, the interior is definitely detailed down to the T. In the back, I wanted to go wild on the Magnum name. You know, I didn't want to go with a plain Jane as far as the name on the back. I just wanted to throw like a wild name on it. As you can see, I put the RT logo on the back. Here's the other side. Now, when I was telling y'all that I had one that had the Super B stripes, here it is right here. You can see the Super B stripes on the front. A custom grill that I personally made. But this Magnum was down in the dumps, and it needed a home. Most importantly, it needed a restoration, and now it has what it needs. It has exactly what it needs. I think this thing came out so nice. You know, I wanted to do the black on black with the wheels, which I think came out really good. So that right there, I think, was an awesome put together as well. I like this blue. I can't remember what color blue this is, but I thought it was the perfect blue for this Magnum. That is the Dodge Magnum. I only have one of these. You know, every time I try to cop one of these, it seems like I have no success with trying to get another one. But that's fine, you know, because I have one already. But let me put an honorable mention with these, because I think they deserve. I think this car deserves to sit in the limelight with these as well. Hold on a second. And I think y'all guys know what I'm talking about, because this car was also in a previous video that I did a while back. And I think this car deserves to go up with the rest of them. And we're not going to forget the Charger, baby. You understand me? We're not going to forget the Charger, baby. Okay? Okay? This is the crew right here. This is the crew right here. This is the Dodge crew, people. Okay? Don't get it twisted. This is the Dodge crew right here. I'm trying to tell y'all, don't play around. Okay? This is serious business right here. This is the crew right here. You can't go wrong with having the crew right there. You can't go wrong with having a crazy collection of Challengers and just putting them together just the way you want. Like, look, I go crazy for these things, okay? I'm trying to tell y'all, like, this is not a game. This is not a game. So, look, y'all need to go ahead, and marinate on this for a minute, because it just might get y'all off y'all rockers and say, you know what, I think I need to do something like that. Okay? Not everybody has the same ideas, but I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there for those people who just might be intuitive enough to say, let me go get a damaged car and see if I can test my limits. Let me see what I can do. Let me see if I can go hard and make it look like something. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling y'all to do anything. I'm not suggesting anything. All I'm saying is go outside the box every now and then. Go outside the box. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, you can't beat this. I'm taking this off. And I'm just going to show y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that crew. You cannot deny that crew don't look good together. I mean, everybody's looking dapper. Look at that camo. Look at the warplane theme. Look at that Magnum back there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at that one back there. Woo-wee. You hear me? Look at this one over here. Yeah. Now, look at the old boy in the front. Old boy in the front, you know, he ain't gonna be left out. You know, he part of the crew too. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, people. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything that y'all don't already know. So, all I'm saying is this. Pay attention. Look at what's in front of you. And all I'm saying is expand your imagination. Just imagine what you can do with your junk cars. Like, sometimes just because they junk don't mean you can't revive them. You know, I always seem to take my cars to another level. It'll just be one of those to say, okay, this is a one of one. Because, you know, nobody else is doing this. But I'm just sparking some ideas for y'all, man, because it's people out there that really know what they doing. And I want to send a shout out to somebody that gave me this inspiration. I seen some of the cars that he did, and this really inspired me to do some of my own cars. So I want to send a special shout out to Lorenzo Knowles. And I've seen some of Lorenzo Knowles cars that he has painted, that he has meticulously detailed. And I'm telling you, his collection is nothing to play with. Like, he really has some nice models that I've seen that I think really catches the eye. And he was part of my inspiration for me to do something and try something different. So shout out to you, Lorenzo Knowles. You got my respect, man. I admire what you do. And trust me when I tell you that you were definitely my inspiration behind what I've done to these cars, man. You really woke me up, and now I'm really seeing, you know, the unlimited possibilities that I can go with these models. But with that being said, y'all, that is the Dodge collection right there. That's that main lineup. I'm telling y'all, this is what it is. This is what it do. This is what we do. And this is how we gonna do it. So, I will be posting more videos for you guys. And Until we meet again, this is your boy from DDG. Don't forget, as I always tell y'all, share this video. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications so that when I post these videos, you'll be the first ones to see it. It should be an inspiration to y'all. And let me tell y'all something. If you put your mind to it, you can do anything you want with your models. Trust me. You can do anything you want with your models if you put your mind to it. This is Chris signing off, and I'm out.